I think the Indic ecosystem at this point of time is in a very nascent phase, it is in a very fledgling phase. But according to me, this gives an opportunity for its contours to be fleshed out very clearly, for its foundations to be laid down very, very strongly. And I'm very, very optimistic and hopeful on this particular count because I see an explosion of Indic ideas, an explosion of interest in Indic history and Indic past coming from various quarters and from people coming from different backgrounds: linguistics, economics, politics, political science, policy, jurisprudence, science, whatnot, philosophy. And it is amazing to see the number of self-taught people and motivated people who themselves have committed their lives to the pursuit of Indic knowledge systems and Indic traditional systems, which I think is at the heart of the civilization, which is knowledge, knowledge and knowledge. So I think the ecosystem at this point of time is a very amorphous, fuzzy ecosystem. I'm not even sure it can be called an ecosystem, because an ecosystem by definition means the presence of multiple players at various levels who are in a position to handshake with each other and collaborate to pursue a single vision and who can deliver a certain product at various levels. That I think is slowly happening. Multiple groups are coming together. The constant question that I'm always asked is, why don't we have an umbrella organization at the top that perhaps controls and commands? The command and control structure is alien to us. We are not an organized ecosystem, we are not an organized faith system, we are not an organized culture in that particular sense. But that is perhaps why this culture has still survived, because it has withstood the onslaught of several aggressive, hostile ideologies, so to speak, because there is no domino effect that is possible. So according to me, the Indic ecosystem too has to build on its own latent strengths, but must equally be in a position to organize itself in a very systematic fashion and focus on building intellectual strength and capabilities, not propaganda, intellectual rigor, which I think is important. Scholarship must be the first thing that we focus on, and we must also focus on applying that scholarship on the ground. Therefore, you need public intellectuals, and you need intellectuals and scholars of the first order, and you also need grassroots activists and campaigners who are in a position to implement and execute those visions, so that you have empirical evidence to see whether or not those theories work. So I think the Indic ecosystem has a long way to go, but if it continues to focus on building its strengths the way it is at this point of time, it has a fantastic future. And I think that will also pave the way forward for several native ecosystems in other countries which are slowly finding their voices again, especially in Europe and countries like Iceland. So I think we must lead the way forward for the rest of the world in this particular direction.